So today I have the privilege to talk to Thea Kritzinger. She's going to tell us more about what she does as, well, can I call you a health professional?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, so Thea is a knee consultant. She is a quantum analysis and she likes to help people in the wellness industry with healthy living. So welcome, Thea.
Thank you so much, Antoinette. It's a privilege for me to be here. Thank you for showing interest in what I do, and I am very excited to tell the people what I'm actually doing.
Yes, I actually find it very fascinating. So I want you to start by telling us I think maybe you should start by telling us what is a quantum analysis.
Okay, so quantum is a very interesting machine. It's also called a quantum magnetic analyzer. So it's a very quick, accurate, and it's non-invasive. So it's very easy testing method, and it's especially suitable to check for sub-health conditions. And the machine enables you also to get to the root of problems and not only treating symptoms. And that is, in many cases, we treat the symptoms and it just reoccurs every time. It just comes back because we don't get to the root of the problem.
Okay. So who would come and see you, for instance, to do a quantum analysis?
Mostly people come to me and they think they are healthy, or they might have certain health issues that every time they go to the doctor, they get medicine and it helps for a time because the medicine is for the symptoms, but it reoccurs. So then they come back to me and ask me, but what is the problem? Why does this problem just come back every time? That is one of the problems. Another one is weight loss. Many people come to me and they say, but they've tried everything and nothing works. And especially as people get older, it's more difficult to lose weight. And then also things like fatigue. Many people struggle with fatigue or stress problems. And they come to me and they want me to tell them what to do to change that. So we can go into the root problem. We can find out, say for instance, stress, what your adrenal glands looks like. Because we really need to work on all your organs. And God actually made our bodies incredible. Everything works together to give you a healthy body. So you cannot just look at one thing. You have to look at a lot of things.
Yes. So from my perspective, regarding stress is your mind will tell you when you're not in a good space. That is that is your brain's function is to keep you alive. So it's gonna tell you you're not in a good space. And where does it play out? It plays out in your body.
Plays out in your body.
Yeah.
And stress is the silent killer. That is just one of the things that is really important to look at. And fatigue is another one. And fatigue can be the symptom of a lot of sub-health issues. And it's important to find out what is actually the root of the problem.
Okay.
And we can talk about lifestyle changes. But if we don't know where to start, it doesn't help change your lifestyle and you don't know where is the actual starting point.
So, Thea, I think you should share with us a story of a client maybe that you've seen recently.
Antoinette, actually I had 2 clients this week and both of them was absolutely amazing. The one woman, she came to me and she said she was born hungry. She cannot get enough food. She stays hungry. And when I did her, and she doesn't have a weight problem, so she keeps on eating. She's actually really thin for her length, and so I could show her first of all, she's got liver fat. For a skinny person to have liver fat, it's actually very interesting. But another thing that I could show her is hypothalamus. So your hypothalamus is the center of your brain that tells your body that you had enough to eat. And that doesn't work.
Wow.
It's not working.
Wow.
And that is one of the reasons. And that is also very much part of your vagus nerve. So if you can activate your vagus nerve again, those things get back into
then
place.
It resets it.
It resets. It's always so interesting when people sit here and I can tell them things that's happening in their body that they know what is happening, but they didn't tell me. For instance, I can see if you can sleep, if you sleep enough. So many times I ask the people, listen, do you ever sleep? Then I say, wow, how can you see that? Yes, you can sleep or not. And also your stress level. So yes, it's very nice if the people sit here and they can come back. I had another client. I did a quantum analysis a year ago. And she didn't come back to me in 3 months' time. She said, no, she's fine. She's going on. But the previous time, she really struggled with stress and with fatigue. And also, we changed her lifestyle. She had she's also a very small person, small built person.
Petite.
But she had a lot of liver fat. But they eat a lot of pasta and carbohydrates, pizzas and pastas and things like that. That is very bad for you. So we changed her lifestyle. So I saw her now again, and I could show her on the 2 quantums the difference it made. Her liver fat came down right back to normal because she cut out all carbohydrates. She stopped eating sugar. She lost a lot of weight, even though she's very petite. She lost a lot of weight, but she felt much better. Her fatigue was much better. Overall health was much better. The other side of the coin was the previous time she had stress and she had adrenal fatigue, but she didn't do anything about that. So that changed into burnout.
Yes.
So she's in a worse state than she was previously. Wow. So I said to her, now is the time that you have to look at yourself. You have to do something about your stress levels. You cannot go on because she has 2 small children. Stress really is a silent killer.
Yeah, and it's not getting better if you don't do anything about it.
If you don't do anything about it, it's not getting better in itself.
Okay, so I wanna delve into the weight loss, the fat burning aspects. Tell us more about that.
So what I can see with my quantum in a person who wants to lose weight. First of all, there's 3 things that are extremely important. So the one is your gut health.
It's your second brain.
It's your second brain. It's your second brain. But your gut is part of your digestive system. So if it doesn't work well, you can diet as much as you like, but your food doesn't get digested. The vitamins doesn't get absorbed. The excretion is not happening as it should, and you are picking up weight every time. The other thing that's important is your liver function. Your liver is your fat burning machine, and if it's not working optimally, it doesn't break down the fat, it doesn't break down the carbohydrates, it doesn't burn fat for energy. So it's really important to see in what condition your liver is. And the third one is your hormones. And a starting point for your hormones is your thyroid. So your thyroid is extremely important.
Yes.
And so many people don't think about their thyroid. So you have to support your thyroid, and it's actually an easy thing. It sounds very difficult. So many people struggle with either a low thyroid or a hyperthyroidism,
Yes.
and they don't know how to support their thyroid with a healthy lifestyle. Fat burning is part of your liver. So your liver has more than 500 functions. And one of the functions is it helps with the digestion of your food. So your food gets, you eat your food, it gets ingested, and then it gets goes through your intestines, and it gets it's broken down, and it gets absorbed, and it goes into your bloodstream, and it filters through your liver, and your liver is storing energy, it's storing glycogen, it changes your carbohydrates into glycogen, it stores it for later use. So whenever you need energy, it goes back to the glycogen stores and give you the energy. But it also transforms vitamin B1 or B3 rather into nicotinamide. Nicotinamide is a coenzyme that helps to break down fat and to burn fat. But also your liver releases bile, and the bile, you need bile to break down fat. And if your bile ducts are blocked, the bile doesn't get to the fat, and the fat doesn't get broken down, and the fat goes around your liver. So you end up with a fatty liver and high cholesterol and things like that. And I want to tell you a very interesting thing. You actually get something called a stool chart. So it's important sometimes to just look back and see what it looks like. So it's not nice to do that, but it's important because your stool tell a lot about your health. And if your stool is very light in color, it means that you don't have enough bile, because the color of your stool comes from bile.
Okay.
And bile is extremely important. So that is, all of that is things that I can see on my quantum. I can see if you have liver fat content. I can see if your duct cells are blocked. I can see what your absorption is, if your intestines are working well. And another thing that's also very important is your cranial nerve. And part of your cranial nerve is your vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve, it comes right from the back of your brain down to all your organs in your torso, and it helps with digestion. So those things are all on my quantum. I can see them. We can work on them. There are different ways that you can work to get to a better health, to get your liver in a better state, to get your digestion in a better state. And your peristalsis of your intestines, that is very much linked to your vagus nerve. So I really think the quantum can change your life in a weight loss journey.
And it's not just for weight loss. If I understand you correctly, it is it's an analysis. You do one analysis and everything shows.
Everything shows.
Okay.
I can see your body. I can actually see if you drink enough water. So hydration is extremely important. It's important for your whole body. And if you are not hydrated, for instance, your brain really has a problem, because your brain needs water. Apart from good fats, omega fats, apart from being stimulated. So it's really, for your brain health, for your whole body's health, it's important to be hydrated. I can even see if you drink too much coffee.
Yeah, okay,
which
let's
is
not
very
let's not
bad
let's
for
not
you.
go there. Let's not go there.
And another thing that's very important is inflammation in your body. So
Yes.
if your body's pH is too low, it's more to the acidic side, you can have inflammation in your body. And inflammation is linked to so many sub-health conditions, and it's so easy to change that. But if you don't know it, you don't know how to change it, or if you have to change it. And that is also actually important for weight loss. You have to get your body out of inflammation state.
So tell me, Thea, children, can you do this analysis on children, and from what age?
I can do it on children, rather from the age of 16, but I've done it on children younger than that as well. And people bring their children because of very bad eating habits, being sick all the time, tiredness. You cannot believe, but children of 7, 8, 10 years old, they are constantly tired, and that's abnormal.
Yes, it is. Okay, that's great.
I'm going to share my screen. I did an analysis on myself, so
we're going to get to know you better now, eh?
You will see what my inside looks like. But it's actually very interesting. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So at this side, you can see the tested record, all the different things that I can look at: your cardiovascular system, your gastrointestinal system, your liver function, kidney function, lungs. I can look at the toxins in your body. I can look at heavy metals, and there is your pH, your basic physical quality. Another thing that is very interesting for me is allergies. So I cannot see a lot of allergies, but what I can see is things like drug allergies. Pollen, of course, is everybody. There's a lot of people with pollen allergies, so everyone's got hay fever at the moment. Chemical products, it's all your cleaning products in your house. Paint is quite a big thing.
Wow.
You also get very heavy metals from paint. Smoke allergies, hair dye. All of us are dyeing our hair at some time in our lives. Animal fur. But the most important two things that I have to look at is seafood allergies, because iodine is very important for your thyroid health.
Yeah.
So I need to know if you have a seafood allergy. And many people, if I show them they have a seafood allergy, they tell me, but they don't. They love seafood and they eat a lot of seafood. But the problem with seafood allergy is today you don't have any reaction. You still have the allergy, but you don't have a reaction. And tomorrow you can die. The reaction can be so severe.
Really? It's amazing.
It's the same with the bee sting. The other day, one of the farmers died of a bee sting, and he didn't know he was allergic to bee sting. So it's important to have that in the back of your mind.
So if it shows that I am allergic to seafood, that it's permanent. I mean, that is I am allergic. There's nothing that I can do about it.
Yes, you can. You can stay away from seafood. And you have to look at all your supplements. You have to know that iodine will make a reaction.
But what I'm saying is it's a permanent condition. Once you have actually said, okay, listen, this is what I see, it's a permanent condition.
It's usually a permanent condition. There are some of the allergens, like pollen and paint and things like that. It gets better and it gets worse. Seafood is one of those things that gets worse over time.
Sure. Okay.
Every time you eat seafood, it gets worse.
Wow,
So
very
that is why
interesting.
sometimes you don't show a reaction, and other times you can actually die from the reaction.
Sure.
And the other one is a milk allergy. So
Mm.
milk allergy is also very important, especially for your thyroid. So dairy products are, it's for me, it's quite a no-no. I like to tell people don't take dairy products. It's not good for your thyroid. And even though you are not allergic to dairy, it's not good for your health. So
Yes.
people that tell you get your calcium from the milk, it's not true. The milk that we buy doesn't contain any calcium. There are better ways to get calcium in than through
Okay.
milk. So yes, collagen is also a very interesting thing to look at. Collagen, your whole body needs collagen, and you can see I am very deficient of collagen in my muscle tissues. So the collagen that I'm taking doesn't go through to my muscles, although it is the one that I take at the moment is very good for my eye, for my hair and my nails, for my circularity, but it's not good for my muscles. So I have to go and look for another one that works better on my muscles. If I can just show you liver function. So what is important in liver function? The bile secretion. Remember I said bile is important to break down fat. Your liver fat content, I don't want it in the red. I definitely want it more in the green. So I have to work to break down the liver fat content.
Okay, so yeah,
is also important in your liver. What I usually do is I give the people all the problem areas. I show them all their deficiencies in their minerals and trace elements and their vitamins, everything that they are deficient in.
okay.
And then I give them a report to help them change their lifestyle. When they struggle with liver problems, I help them with the liver detox. So that is a very good start. Always for a beginning to try and lose weight, a liver detox is a very good place to start. And then we can change it from there. We look at their hormones. I suggest supplements that they can use. I also like to work on their blood type. So we look at different kinds of food that are good for their bodies, that will help them lose weight. Because if you eat wrong food, it builds up toxins in your body, and your body struggles to get rid of those toxins.
Yes.
So that are the things that that I usually do after a quantum, and then I like to follow up after 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
To see if the recommendations worked or not, if we should take another approach.
Okay. Very fascinating. Okay, so Thea, how do you know when do you need to refer somebody to a medical practitioner? In what case would you do that? There's
actually many times that I refer people to go to their doctors. What I see is on cellular level. So many times it doesn't get picked up in blood tests. Okay. So that is why we talk about preventative. So it starts on cellular level, and after a while, when it gets really worse, it goes into your bloodstream. So sometimes when I look, especially thyroid, if the thyroid is really a problem, I send them to the doctor and I ask the doctor to do a thyroid function test. Also the antibody test. I need to know what that test results are. Another thing is a liver that is really severely under attack and not working well, severe liver fat content. I also sent them to the doctor. Another thing that I don't work on is people that take anti-blood clotting medicine.
Okay.
So that is a very difficult scenario to work on. I rather send them to the doctor, and low iron as well. If somebody has very low iron, I send them to the doctor. They need to do iron studies, and find out exactly what the problem is. The problem with iron, if you drink too much iron supplement, you can get iron toxification. So, and that is very bad. That's also working on your liver. So there are quite a few, and also your heart. If I see that your heart is very high blood pressure, your arteries are not in a good space, arterial oxygen is very low, I also send you to your doctor. Cholesterol is quite a big problem in our society today. So I have to look at heart health, especially in September. September is Heart Health Awareness Month. So that is definitely something that I refer people.
Yes, but I think the important thing to know is that it's doing this analysis is preventative. That is what it's about.
Yes.
Okay. So let's quickly talk about practicality. So how do you do it?
So the machine looks like this.
Okay.
And you have to hold this in your hand, and then the rest is happening on my laptop. So many times I go to people's homes also, but unfortunately it's in person. So the people have to come to me. It's 5 minutes. The test itself, it's around 5 minutes. And then I usually have an hour consultation, because I need to know background, the history of this person. I want to know what their blood type is, all the medicine that they use. Some of the supplements, especially herbal supplements, that you cannot mix with normal medication. And that is very important to know that. So I have to know the history, I have to know the medication that they are on, and so we talk a lot, and I tell them, we go through the quantum a little bit, because there are questions that I need to ask them, and then afterwards I write a full report with all the problem areas, with all the deficiencies, and all the recommendations to change lifestyle. And then I also recommend that they come back to me in 3 or 4 months' time. But what is important with the follow-up, I compare the two tests. So I have to know what happened. Sometimes there's still deficiencies, but it became that. You must know that natural medicine takes a much longer time to work than traditional medicine, because traditional medicine works on symptoms. I need to work on cellular level. And it takes a long time for your body to get all these supplements down to your cells. But that is the important part. That is where they need to work.
And that is obviously why it's like 3 months and not sooner. You
have to go through the protocols 3 months time, and even 4 months sometimes, and then we do the test again, and then I can show you what difference it makes.
And then also I just want to tell you guys that Thea's analysis is part of the big prize for our Cover Me in Confidence program that I'm running. So that's part of the big prize that you can win. So yes, looking forward to that as well, Thea.
Yes, me too. I cannot wait for that winner to come and sit here so that we can change her life again.
Exciting, exciting. Thank you so much. I'm going to put your link to get in contact with Thea. If you're interested, I'm going to put that in the post as well. So thank you so much, Thea. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Antoinette, and thank you for your time and for your interest in my quantum analysis.